two of my favorite things, Kelly from Keep Beauty Real and Rose Gold. Let's talk about my favorite rose gold products in my makeup collection. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Aileen, and here we like to talk about all things makeup, mostly luxury makeup, skincare, and fashion. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you consider subscribing and joining the family. So today I'm so excited because this is a collab with the beautiful Kelly from Keep Beauty Real. I'll have her picture up here and her channel and video with her favorites linked down in the description. When Kelly reached out to me for this collab, it couldn't have been better. Kelly and I have become really great friends. We met through YouTube, upcoming channels, fresh channels onto the platform, and we bonded. We bonded over being newbies and over rose gold. Kelly also gifted me this beautiful rose gold little hoodie jacket for my birthday, and I wouldn't be surprised if she had it on in her video as well. We both have like this love for just that neutral but rosy, just the rose gold in all. It's flawless, it's classy, it's classic. We love it. But I absolutely love Kelly. After we bonded, we Marco Polo all the time, but Kelly is one of the few that I have yet to meet in person, but we're looking to fix that this year. But Kelly, I'm honored to be doing this collab over something we both love and with such a great friend. So if you're coming over from Kelly's channel, welcome. I invite you to subscribe and join the family. And if you have not checked out Kelly's channel, please do so right after this video. And again, everything will be down in the description box. Kelly is a professional hair and makeup artist, and there's nothing to not love. I'm just saying. So let's start with the smallest category, which are eyeliners. So the first one is from Tom Ford, and this is Brun Rose. This is really creamy. If you can see, it just glides. It's really creamy. I love this in the waterline because it tones down that redness from the waterline, but still has that little pop of rose. So pretty, and it doesn't budge. Next is Rose Cuivre, and this one's from Chanel. And this is one of the, it is not so rose gold, but it is more pink. But it does have like a light rose gold shift to it. I'm not sure if you can pick that up there. That's why I included it. And this is the Chanel Stilo U Waterproof. This will not go anywhere. This is not budging. But I do remove these with the Chanel eye makeup remover, like the blue liquid. I've never had a problem removing these with that, or with the Chantecaille Balm. And those are the two that don't give me that blurry vision. So if you like a waterproof pencil, I'll definitely go towards the Chanel. I really like the Tom Ford, but unless you can find that at the CCO, I'm not sure that that's still something that is being sold in stores. Next, let's move on to lipsticks. I just had to include this because it's so pretty. It's a beautiful topper over any lipstick. I do not have it on today, but look at that. It is beautiful. And this is the Chantecaille Lip Crystal in Rose Quartz. This is beautiful. And you can see the shift there. It's not glittery. And that's what I really love about this. It's a beautiful topper. I don't have it on today, but you can top it over any lip and just give it that oomph. And it's gorgeous. This topped over any nude or pinky nude. I just love it. I just love it. It's one of my favorites. It was my first lip crystal and still my favorite. I have a few others from Chantecaille, but none of them top this one. And next is what is on my lips today. And this is just the lipstick. It's one of the two lipsticks that I wear whenever I have a rose gold look going on, like today. This is the one I have on today, and it is Pillow Talk. Like, this Pillow Talk with that Lip Crystal Rose Quartz topped on it is stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I do have a mini and I feel it's lasted a really long time. Next, if you're new here, I'm not a gloss girl, but I've become a gloss girl, more like fill in the lips and top of gloss. But I used to be a matte lip type of girl. And I just feel like the older I've gotten, pushing 40 later this year, I've just been steering away from the liquid lip. But I'm not like I'm a wear gloss all day, every day type of girl. The first is the City Lips Matte. This is a plumping formula and I don't feel like that burning or that stinging or uncomfortableness. But if you like a matte lip, you will like this. If you like plumping, you will like this. It is their most popular product. I also have it in clear, like a clear gloss that is not matte, and I absolutely love it. This is the shade Blush Rose. It is gorgeous and topped with any like rose gold gloss, and oh, it's just stunning. So that is the shade there. It does have a shine to it, but it is a little bit more matte than your typical gloss. Next, I'm not a Sicily makeup girl. I'm not a fan. And that's just my personal opinion. Don't come for me. But if they do it right, they do it right. And their lip glosses, they do them right. They are nice. They're not goopy. They're not too thick to where your lips will stick together and you'll get those ugly lines. And it is the one that I am wearing today over my Pillow Talk lipstick. And it is the Sicily lip gloss in the shade 2. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you can see, that right there is a great combo. Once this dries, if you want to add a little shimmer to it, you pop that over it. It's gorgeous. And next are two from Pat McGrath. I will say, although I really like the Pat McGrath lip glosses, I do not like the Pat McGrath lip glosses topped over a lipstick. Me personally, when I top them, and this is in the shade Divine Rose, when I top them over a lipstick, I'll get that ugly, awful, atrocious lip line, like that dry lip line. I hate that. But with a liner on its own, this is a darker pink, but when you sheer it out on the lip, it looks more rose gold and it's absolutely gorgeous. I included it because I like to wear it on its own or with a liner. And this one as well. This has a rose gold nude shift to it. And this is in the shade Dare to Bear. So that, and this is it here, that is absolutely gorgeous. And it has, like I said, like a little nude to rose gold shift. I love it. I love it. And this is one you can definitely top over any lip, except for like a red, but even an orange, like they're gorgeous. My biggest category is eyeshadow, so we're gonna leave that for last. Next is highlighters. So as far as what I have on my eyes today, for the brow highlight, I have the Westman Atelier Peau de Rose. This is such a beautiful highlighter. It is absolutely gorgeous. And here it is. It is stunning. It melts into the skin. I'm not one to like a blingy highlighter. So when you sheer this out, you really do get that rose gold shine, but it's not too blinding. I'm looking at the viewfinder now and you can definitely see it, but when you have it on, it's not like bam in your face. It really just melts into the skin. It's so, so pretty. But that is my personal preference. If you like cream highlighters, if you like a highlighter that's gonna stay in place but it's not too blingy, and you like a rose highlighter, this Westman Atelier Peau de Rose is stunning. The next highlighter I used on my eyes is from Westman Atelier, and this is in the shade Bounce. So I use this in my inner corner. So this is a cream stick. They are pretty. I'm 39 years old, I have oily skin, and I live in a very humid climate here in Central Florida. So this is nice. However, I really like the color. I really like using it. I feel I have to top it with a powder highlighter if I want this to last like all day and some. If I apply this on its own, I feel it fades evenly with my blush. And I feel like blush is one of the first things to go. But if I top this with a powdered rosy highlighter, this is not coming off until I wash my face. I just love the color. I will say though, if you top it with a powder, it's gonna have a little bit more oomph. So if you don't like that little bit more oomph, you'll have to go really light with it. But it is a cream stick, and as you start blending it in, it has like a balmy texture to it. It's gorgeous. It's definitely going to seep into the skin versus sitting on top of the skin. And that's what I really, really enjoy about it. Now, if I'm going to top it with a highlighter, I'm going to top it with the Dior Nude Riviera. Now, I know there was a scandal with this, that is it Nude Riviera? Dior has been having issues with their website, with labeling. I know friends that have received this and it had a different name. So is this Nude Riviera? I have no idea, but it is a rose gold. You can see it there and you can see it here. Now, my packaging says Nude Riviera, but I think the Nude Riviera is more of a nude highlighter, so I'm not exactly sure what the name of this is. The Dior highlighters come in like this faux leather shiny case. It's kind of like cushioned with the CD and like this metal. These are great highlighters. It is what I have on today. I really enjoy it, and I put it on its own. So if you top this over like the Westman Atelier cream, it is going to have more oomph for sure. This was applied with a fan brush. So if you want to pack this on and really get that oomph, it'll give it to you. And lastly, for the highlighters is this one here from the Natasha Denona Love Cheek Duo. Not the blush. I feel like the blush is nice, but has a little bit more peachiness to it. So this does have a peachiness to it, but it does have a shift to rose gold. And then looking at the viewfinder, I think you can see that there. And then it has like a nudie peach, but I included it because of that shift right there. It is stunning, absolutely stunning. I really like it. And I do have like eyeshadows like these that I'm gonna show you. But let's move on to blushes. So let's start with what I'm wearing today, and it is the Pat McGrath Divine Rose Blush. So this is the blush I have on today. I'm not one to really pile on blush to make it poof. And if I'm completely honest with you, I had less than this on, and I applied more because I felt the camera wasn't picking it up. I would go out like this. I still feel comfortable like this, but my everyday blush application is not this heavy. But this is a beautiful, beautiful formula. It is matte, but it is gorgeous. I was really trying to find like a cream, a gel, a liquid, and a powder in rose gold, but I don't have them all. I really want to get that RMS blush. I did pick up the peach one in Mai Tai, but I want to pick up that rose gold pink. Oh, I'm excited for that one. I will pick it up. Next is a Dior blush. I absolutely love this blush. This is the Dior Rose Montaigne in 219. This is stunning. This was my first Dior blush that just made me completely fall in love with Dior blushes. This is a kind of like the cheek the Love Cheek Duo highlighter. It has a peachiness to it, but it is a beautiful like pinky peach. And although it has that peach, you get more of the rose in it. And it really is just a beautiful shade. The formula is phenomenal. It does not emphasize texture. None of this does, because a girl cannot be emphasizing texture. And lastly, but not least, a Chanel blush. And this is in the shade Rose Bronze. I'm not even sure if this shade can be found anymore. This is in the old Chanel formula that you could pile on and just keep adding to it and really build that up to get the color and the payoff you want. I'm not personally the biggest fan of the new Chanel blush formulas. I hear they're changing again. I have yet to see that, but we shall see. I'm not sure why they fixed something that wasn't broken, but Rose Bronze, if you can locate this on Macari, on Posh, or even some Macy's may still have it until they run out of stock. That's my all-time like rose goldy perfect blush. It's not heavy, it's not uber pigmented, and for me personally, that's what I like, so it just works. And I will have everything I'm mentioning linked down below. So let's move on to the biggest category and the last, which is eyeshadow. And let's start with what's on my eyes. What's on my eyes today is I just added bronzer. I added the Westman Atelier Peau de Rose over the brow, the Merit on the inner corner, and this shade here. This is from Pretties for Your Face. It is Lovelies. This was actually a collab with Kelly from Keep Beauty Real and Pretties for Your Face, and I do have this all over the lid. Look at this shade. It is absolutely stunning. It doesn't emphasize any wrinkles on your lids. It doesn't make them look old. I have been thoroughly impressed with Pretties for Your Face and their formula. I don't dip into indie makeup often. I do have some brands that I absolutely love. And I will say Pretties for Your Face is the last one that I added that I absolutely love. And again, this was a collab with Kelly and Pretties for Your Face. So it matches Kelly for everything that she is. She does have another shade, but it's not in this video. It is a greenish shade. But that is what I have all over the lids today. It's creamy. It is a powder, but it's not powdery in a bad way. Like, it's just gorgeous. And the next single I wanted to mention is Paris. And this is from Sydney Grace. It does lean a little bit more rose. It's just stunning. These are the type of shimmers that I like. I like shimmers that have like that metallic shimmer look that just don't have glitter. I'm not a fan of glitter. I'm not a fan of micro glitter. And these are just perfect. And again, this is the shade Paris from Cindy Grace. I have two more singles, but they're not like shadow singles. This is the Chantecaille single luminescent eye shade in the shade Zebra. Now this does have glitter. This is one of the times that I will make an exception. It is like super fine, does not make a mess all over the face. You can do your base before your eyes. And again, this is the shade Zebra. And I can zoom in there and you can't even see the micro glitters. Like, these will not be all over the face. It's just gorgeous. This is a beautiful one and done. Absolutely stunning. And I've mentioned that shade quite a few times before. If you hear my baby doggy, he had surgery, he has a cone, and he's not a happy camper. But next, we will move on to Danessa Myricks. And you hear the cone. And this is in the shade Ballerina. This is stunning. These will not budge. These are beautiful one and done as well. They blend out easily with your finger, with the brush. A little does go a very long way. And this can literally last you forever. I did try this on Kelly's recommendation, and wow, I need to pick up more shades. Kelly, what's the perfect nude for these Danessa Myricks, like for the crease? Put it down in the comments, please. Thank you. I love you. Bye-bye. But yes, they are absolutely gorgeous. Love them. I love that they will not budge. Next, I was also introduced to this by Kelly, and it was gifted to me by Kelly. She was like, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. You're gonna love it. I was like, okay. And these are the liquid shadows from Sydney Grace. They are absolutely gorgeous. I feel they last just as long as the Danessa Myricks. This is it here, but they have more pigment than the shimmers from Danessa. These are stunningly gorgeous. And she just knew if I was going to try it, if she was going to send me something to try it, it had to be in rose gold. If not, it might sit a while. But I was ready and anxious to put this on my lids and fell in love with it. And now I have like a running list of all the ones I want to purchase from Sydney Grace. Thanks to Kelly. And lastly, for the liquids, this one's from Chanel, and this is Quartz Rose. Now, although I love this particular shade, I will say you have to be careful and you have to choose your shades wisely when purchasing these. Some will go patchy. I returned like the olivey green and the burgundy. Those did go patchy, but this one did not, and that is this one here. They do dry down just as well as the Sydney Grace and the Danessa Myricks, and once it's down, it's not going anywhere. I would say the drying time is a little longer than the Danessa Myricks and Sydney Grace, so I kind of have to sit there like with my head back because I do have hooded eyes. I don't want it to crease and dry that way. So I kind of just sit there, fan it, and just wait until that dries. But once it dries, it's gorgeous and it's not going anywhere. So next is a Tom Ford pot. My initial reaction was, no, Tom Ford is so much better. I just have to show them Tom Ford. But it's hard to find. If you cannot find this at a CCO, I'm not sure you will find it. So a great dupe is the Charlotte Tilbury in Sunlit Glow. Now, the Eyes to Mesmerize in Sunlit Glow. Now, I will say, this is the Tom Ford Sphinx. So it has a gold to it. And it's primarily gold. But the reason I've been going crazy trying to find this for Kelly is the shift. And there you go. The shift to rose gold. So it looks gold. It looks gold. And you're like, what is that, Aileen? It looks yellow. What the heck are you talking about? You have lost your bonkers. And then bam, like it shifts to like this rose gold. And you can kind of see it there. How it's like yellow and gold and rose gold. I love this. This is, to me, like these creams that just have that shift are the best one and dones, because it's it has that dual chrome shift. You get two shades even though you just slapped on one shade. I love it. It is one of my favorites from Tom Ford. The other one's a peach, but this is just gorgeous. And I will say a great dupe is this Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize and Sunlit Glow. If I cannot find Sphinx, I am getting this for Kelly, because this is it. This is it right here. Gold, pink. It's exactly the same shades. I just feel this takes longer to dry. It will last a long time. However, I feel the longevity of the Tom Ford is longer than this. And that's why I went reaching for the Tom Ford before the Charlotte Tilbury. If you're new to my channel, don't come for me. I am not a Pat McGrath eyeshadow fan. So this is going to say a lot. I have sold all of them. If not, they're up for sale on Mercari. But this is the only one I am willing to keep. And it is the Divine Rose one. I absolutely love this palette. It's one of the only palettes of hers I feel did not break me out. And I feel this shade here is a lot like that Tom Ford and Charlotte Tilbury, where it goes from pink to gold. But this shade and these shades here, like that just gives me the perfect rose gold moment. I honestly do not use this shade because I have the Tom Ford. But if I ever needed it in powdered form, this is it right here. I absolutely love this palette. And like I said, I'm not a Mama Pat fan. My eyes either swell shut or they get really irritated. But this palette in particular does not. And therefore she stayed in my collection. Most of them to me are honestly too glittery. And I feel they're overhyped. So the fact that this is my favorite palette of Pat McGrath, the fact that it's in a video, I'm speaking very highly of it, it really does say a lot. And y'all that are Mama Pat fans, like, do not come for me. I promise. It's just a personal preference. We're all entitled to like what we like. Okay. I also quickly just want to mention these palettes. This is the By Light Paris from by Terry. This has a beautiful rose gold shade and just the shades that I would like to use if I'm going for a rose gold look. Now don't get this twisted. This one is good. The mini. The full size, absolutely not. It's the only Natasha Denona palette I have ever sold. So the Natasha Denona Zendo mini Zendo palette is actually really good. These actually stand apart from each other. They're really nice. And this shade here really actually goes really nice with like these rose gold shades. This is a matte, this is a shimmer, matte, shimmer, and they're gorgeous. Gorgeous. I just love them. And lastly, I take this to travel with me a lot. I've made quite a dent in a few of these shades, and this is from Sigma. I want to say this was their holiday 2020 palette, Rendezvous, or it might have been 21. I'm not quite sure. I want to say 2020, but I really like this palette. I feel like I slept on Sigma until I tried this palette. This is a great palette. I really love the formula. But that is all. Those are my favorites from my makeup rose gold collection. Do you have any products that are rose gold that you absolutely love that I did not mention? Let me know because I'll try them. I'll try them. I'll take one for the team. I will love to give them a try. But thank you all so much for coming. If you're coming over from Kelly's channel, again, I hope you consider subscribing and joining the family. And if you haven't checked out, and if you're not new here and you haven't checked out Kelly, please do not do yourself any injustice and go check her out. Thank you so much, Kelly, for this wonderful collab. And until next time, don't forget, we're all perfectly imperfect. Bye.